We're in a bit of a pickle. Mirrors. Mirrors. Okay. Didn't have mirrors until someone invented them. Before that, you had little bodies of water, like lakes or whatever. And people would look in the lake and go, "Oh, who's that a fucking ugly old bitch?" And that'd be the end of it, right? You get poop on your face, wash it off. Oh, yuck. Stinky bum. Get catch a fish and piss off. That'd be it, right? Holy fucking crap. Mirrors. Okay, is it any surprise that maybe the cult of Narcissus has overwhelmed society with it's called about holograms and associated crap. Holograms crap? Well, not exactly. Okay, so apparently in the 1800s there was this thing called Pepper's Ghost, right? And Pepper's Ghost was someone made a sort of arrangement of mirrors, sort of one of those World Fair things they used to have, with hot air balloons when they were all exciting. And they had a bunch of mirrors and they did some tiny little picture somewhere, and the little picture went, "Woo!" It looked like a ghost, and they called it Pepper's Ghost. And so the idea of a hologram was a projection from mirrors, so that something with a particular shape or size or whatever could appear in a different location with a different size and perhaps different characteristics, perhaps even more dimensions than what it had before. So a two-dimensional object could appear as a three-dimensional object, and so on and so forth. A small object could appear as a large one. Where there was one object, it could appear like there was many objects. And so Pepper's Ghost is a bit like that. So what's really interesting about the Pepper's Ghost idea is that it is actually a useful thing to do. However, in the cult of Narcissus, called the late 20th and early 21st century, it's all about the mirrors. Look how fucking schmexy you are with your knots in your hair, stuff like that, right? Okay, it's all about the cult of Narcissus. The cult of Narcissus is appearing on YouTube channels or whatever else, right? The cult of Narcissus is it's not your law, but you're acting as though it's your story. That happens all the time. I mean, what do you Americans want to do? But do you want to hear any Australians' opinions on your country? And so, well, you don't like that very much. I mean, you're offering lots of opinions about other people's countries on your news channels all the time. It's like, no, fucking, all those other countries are like this and like that, says America, and everyone hears it because they brought out the fucking media, they invented the fucking TV, and everyone else has to fucking hear it for a while. Anyway, cult of Narcissus indeed. They can give it, but they can't take it, right? Oh, right, yeah, okay. Anyway, with that sort of thing, the cult of Narcissus and the holographic delusion. Is the world really a hologram? Yes and no. Wait, what? Yes and no. It really depends on what a mirror is in that story, okay? Is a mirror a particle? Is a mirror... Well, a mirror can't be a wave, because a wave is a unit of measurement, a graph. A wave is a graph. It's a unit of... It's someone's plotted units of measurement, and they've done their little description on a piece of paper or something, okay? That's what a wave is. It's like the points that make up the little curve, or it's like the points of the curves. It's a fucking graph. A person projected that. It's neither. What the heck's light then? They're still working on it, mate. Okay. The thing is with that light thing though, is that you've got the lights, bending off the mirrors and stuff like that. If you the lasers in all kinds of funky directions, you can get a really, really complicated Pepper's Ghost. And so, they're working on that and stuff like that. They haven't got that tech in their world fairs and the shopping centres and whatever else. So it's like, yes, they got you with their trinkets, have they? Yes, they're so advanced. They know how to bend mirrors. Oh, wow. Okay, anyway, okay. Speaking of bending mirrors, in the world of the great big world of spirituality and seers, okay? If your head's a fucking mirror, okay? Okay, so let's try to imagine Ezekiel wheel as being, the third eye as being mirrors. Okay, so you've got a third eye, everyone else has got their own individual third eye, everything's got a third eye, and people might pretty much, and just go with people for now. People have third eyes, right? And they're like a mirror. Each one's in a mirror on Ezekiel, and so they bend back and forth at each other and stuff like that, and pass through this thing called the void at the center. Now, if you get to the void at the center, say in July 2020, like this body did, then you don't have your third eye. Okay, you have everyone else's, because you become the aperture that all those different those projections are passing through. Okay, so the cults have got something to answer for with their crap math on that subject, because they basically started to misidentify the mirrors with what's reflected upon them, and so try to countermount that. One of the things that happens, of course, is what's happening in the great system, the great mirrors of reality, is that there's these artificial radio waves passing through the air, and microwaves as well, coming from satellite dishes and going to your TVs and whatever else. Okay, and sometimes that information that they can take information, it's encrypted and encoded information. It's not literal, it's not one to one. So it's zeros and ones and whatever, computer talk, so the devices can talk to each other. Some people are able to perceive those, and some people are able to decode them. Okay, and simply take ability away from them makes it difficult for them to also pass the information that's coming through. It's an important part of discernment to be able to de-encrypt and de-encode them, and to acknowledge them for what they are. So if you're de-encrypted, de-encode them, and you're picking up on the pictures or the sounds or whatever they come, the stories that are in that information, okay, but you're not actually aware that that's what you're doing, you're not discerning properly between artificial and natural radio waves, you can be in trouble. So what you people out there need to do is you need to start picking up fucking rocks. Okay, start picking up rocks. Notice how different they feel compared to the signal that comes out of your TV or mobile phone, and start comparing the two. Okay, so that says like the crystal freaks talk, and it's like, well, yeah, a little bit, but not quite. Okay, they've applied some kind of meaning to that substance that may or may not be true. On the other hand, with rocks, you can actually test whether or not they have certain types of magnetic properties or whatever. So quartzite, for example, is a piezoelectric rock. It is capable of emitting radio waves or whatever. It can contain them, and then it can transmit them back out as well. So part of what you're experiencing out there at the moment is the transmission of radio waves that came from a robotic spaceship in approximately the 20th of March 2019, as well as events that occurred between January and June 2018. Okay, information that comes from there is what you're experiencing out there. A person that experienced certain events associated with that, had a quartzite in their bra at the time, and was in an abiotic state, and transmitted everything out there. So you would know it was the Russians, that you would know it was the US military, that you would know it was text real, so that you know it was the AI transhuman agenda, and so that you would know that Donald Trump and Elon Musk were rigging the election. Have a nice day. Oh, and by the way, just because you're looking at a mirror, it doesn't mean what you see in the mirror is self. Okay? When you look in the mirror, you don't always see yourself. Cheerio.